They got me into politics, they got Dick Durbin into politics, they got Pat Quinn into politics, is America only works when everybody gets a shot.
That's right.
I wasn't born into wealth and fame. Dick Durbin wasn't born into wealth and fame. Pat Quinn, we benefited because we grew up in a society in which, despite its flaws, despite sometimes discrimination, despite women sometimes not getting the same rights as others, despite all that, America, more than any other country, is a country where if you were willing to work hard, it didn't matter what you look like, where you come from, what your last name is, who you love, you could make it. You did. And we believe that we're all in this together and we can help each other, pull each other up. There's no contradiction between wanting to do well myself and me wanting to make sure you do good. That if you do good, I'll do good too. Then we don't have to be hands in a barrel, we can lift each other up.
That's right.
And government can help. It can't do it for you, but it can help. It can help. You maybe get some health insurance. It can help. You maybe get to college. It can help. A child gets one child. It can help. We face a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
This week, obviously, everybody's been paying a lot of attention and concerned about the spread of disease. We've been concerned about violent extremism and the spread of that in the Middle East. We should be concerned about climate change and how that's affecting the world we live in. But one of the central challenges is making sure our economy works for every American. So when you cast your vote, you've got a choice to make. And it's not just a choice about political parties, it's not just a choice about candidates. It's two different visions of America.
That's right.
And it comes down to a simple question. Who's going to fight for your future? Who's looking out for you? When I was in Illinois, and I was down in the state legislature, I had a lot of Republican friends. And then there's some good people here. Some of them got in trouble because they said nice things about me. And I believe that Republicans are patriots. I believe they love their families. I believe they love their country. Just like we do. But they just got bad ideas.
We just got bad ideas.
Hold on, he heard that.
It's more than that. It's not just that they have bad ideas. It's just they keep on recycling the same bad idea over and over again. You know what they stand for. I mean, it doesn't matter who the candidate is. It's the same thing every time. They offer a vision of the economy that over time seems to just keep on undermining the middle class, making it harder for folks to work hard to get in the middle class. Fewer investments in education, looser rules on big banks, looser rules on credit card companies, looser rules on polluters, a thinner safety net for folks who have worked hard and need that safety net if they fall on hard times. And you know what? We tried their experiment. It's not like we didn't try. And it didn't work. Pat and I have been cleaning up after for a long time now.
Right, right.
And it's not like they've changed their tune. They're still peddling the same thing. Pat Quinn provided health coverage to nearly 700,000 people who didn't have it before. Governors around the country are blocking health care for their citizens. Every time leaders of Republicans in Washington take a stand on issues, it's no to the middle class, no to the minimum wage, no to fair pay with women. I don't know how you're against making sure we can enforce women getting paid the same as men. Refinance the student loans. Chicago State, you know something about that. They actually voted on a law to change the rules to make students pay more on their student loans. So if you ask me, what is it you want to do, the only thing I can hear from them is, we want another massive tax cut for millionaires. Now, I gotta say, that's one thing we don't need. And it shows whose side they're on. They blocked a raise in the minimum wage, but they want to give tax cuts for folks at the very top. They said it's even more pressing than ever that we get the tax cuts. Now that's tough. That's a tough sentence. It's the wrong vision for our country. And Pat Quinn and I have a different vision that's rooted in the conviction that prosperity in America doesn't trickle down, it trickles up.
That's right.
It starts with a growing, rising middle class. It's ladders of opportunity for folks who are working hard. I don't need a tax break. Wealthy Americans don't need another champion. You do.
That's right.
Big corporations don't need a champion. Corporate balance sheets are better than they have been at any time in post-war history.
That's right.
You need a tax break. You need help. You need a tax break. You need help. You need a tax break. Opportunity for a few is not what America's about. Opportunity for all is what America's about. So instead of giving a tax break to somebody at the top, how about helping somebody with their college tuition? How about helping the single mom with child care? Pat isn't running to cut his own taxes. He's running to provide the largest tax break in the history of working families in Illinois. We believe in this country higher education is the surest path to the middle class. That's not running to cut education. He wants to double the grants that help more Americans support it in college. Pat's Birth to 5 initiative will make Illinois the national leader in early childhood education. Think about that. We should want to be a leader in Illinois. Pat doesn't think if you work full-time you should be raising a family in poverty. Pat's not ready to cut the minimum wage. He wants to raise the minimum wage. But unfortunately, Republicans running for office all across the country and here, they're just following the leadership in Washington. They said raising the minimum wage was nothing but an election year stunt. Think about that. Tell that to the over 1 million Illinois workers who would benefit from a raise to $10.10. Raising the minimum wage is the right thing to do. Illinois is one of 5 states that has a minimum wage initiative on the ballot, so let's vote yes and send a message to Springfield and Washington. We believe America's stronger when women are full and equal participants in our economy. One of the candidates who are running right now on the Republican side said you could argue that money is more important for men. Think about that.
What?
I'm quoting. That's what one of the Republican candidates said. I don't know who he was talking to. One talking to Michelle. One talking to you wasn't. If we're going to strengthen the middle class for the 21st century, We've got to have leaders from the 21st century, not the 1950s.
That's right.
Let's make sure women are paid fairly. Let's make sure women can take some time off to take care of a sick kid or a sick parent. Let's make sure that women can pay for health care and fitness. That's what politics. We got to do away with these politicians who belong to Mad Men episode. Because when women succeed, America succeeds.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And look, here's the thing. You all know all this. And you can tell I'm out of practice. I'm using one more. But what I want to really say to you here today is that the power to move our society, our government, it really is in your hands. I know it's a cliche, and I know that around the country, Republicans have been trying to make it harder for folks to vote. But the truth of the matter is that so often we disempower ourselves. When I was organizing, just right around here, and I used to work with folks, churches, lay people, ordinary folks, bus drivers, secretaries, wonderful people. And they taught me more than I ever taught them. But one of the things, the first things I always had to say was, you've got so much power and you give too much of it away.
That's right.
That's right.
You know, you just assume that things are the way they have to be. You just assume that some neighborhoods are going to get more than other neighborhoods. You just assume that, you know, the folks who are well connected, that their kids are going to get a better education. You just assume that there's not much you can do if Springfield or Washington aren't paying attention. And each and every day, you're fed a message that what you think really doesn't matter, and that your experience doesn't matter, and that nothing you can do is going to make any difference, and both parties are in the tank, and you're fed cynicism and told to be discouraged. And over time, you start believing. Over time, you start really being convinced that, you know what, nothing's going to change. And then it starts being cool to be cynical. And you start being skeptical of every politician. And you start believing that it's not worth voting. And I'm here to tell you that that kind of cynicism is a choice you're making. And hope is a better choice. You taught me hope is a better choice. I learned that right here. I learned that from talking to some single mom who was working 3 jobs and had 5 kids, and every single one of those kids ends up going to college. She taught me hope is a better choice. I learned that from some pastor around here who somehow figured out a way to feed the hungry and help house the homeless, even though there wasn't that much coming in the collection plate, but knew how to make it stretch. I learned it from some young person who somehow, out of the toughest of circumstances, ended up becoming a doctor.
Yes.
And coming back to the old neighborhood and serving people and making them a little bit healthier. They taught me that hope is a better choice.